Yo, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to J3 Entertainment. You guys know what time it is.
Review time.
Yes, gentlemen, it is review time, but it's not just review time. It's Marvel time.
Yes.
We've been waiting for this.
So long.
Multiverse.
After Morbius,
Yeah.
I was like, save me.
I needed something.
Felt like Smallville. Somebody save me.
I don't care how you do it, just save me.
So good. Hey, look, it's so good to see a movie with a functioning story.
Right.
Oh,
Jesus.
And direction, clear direction.
oh man. Clearly, I will go. All right. Anyway, so
Yes.
for those out there that's new to the channel, let me explain how we like to review film and television shows. First thing first, this is a spoiler-free review. So you don't have to worry about being spoiled, y'all. We're going to keep it clean and simple for you guys. We're going to get you in and we're going to get you out. Now that we cleared that up, let me tell you how we like to do this review. We like to talk about the good. We like to talk about the bad. Then give y'all a grade. And if you really want some more, check out that spoiler review. Because then we're going to break it all the way down.
Oh, yeah.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Gentlemen, y'all ready?
Yeah,
ready.
let's get it.
Sable, go ahead. Tell them that good.
Man, so for me, right off the bat, the good with Scarlet Witch, she's not just a mutant, she's also a legit magic user. And I feel like in the previous Marvel films, they've been afraid to kind of dabble in her using actual spells and not just her natural mutant ability. This movie did not shy from that at all. Went straight into the magic realm. I love it.
Yeah. I feel that 100%. For me, a good was obviously Sam Raimi's directing and Michael Waldron. I hope I said his last name
Yeah,
right.
That's right. Yeah.
Those two together was like peanut butter and jelly. I'm like, damn, this works. They were able to take both their backgrounds and bring this movie to life. I felt like a kid in a candy shop. I was able to see things I was familiar with, at the same time see new takes on things that I was familiar with, at the same time get that old school storytelling, but quirky vibe. The jokes hit, the jokes were expandable, the direction, the horror, it hits, bruh. The fantasy, it hits. That's my good, y'all.
Okay.
Man, well, I will say I like this movie because it's a Sam Raimi movie first and it's an MCU first. The reason I say that is because you could feel that there were no restraints. He actually got the sandbox tools and they let him go crazy with it. He was able to bring cartoon horror. He was able to bring supernatural fantasy. He was able to deliver action. So these are things that he was able to do from his previous career work. And he was able to bring those combinations all into this one character. His style fits this character.
Mm-hmm.
His style fits this world. And he was the only one that was able to bring that supernatural fantasy, super magic horror into this action mythical fantasy world and make it make sense and make it feel grounded. And you really get a taste of him because his style really bleeds over into what he normally does before he went into the comic book genre. So you're getting not only one, but two experiences.
Yeah.
You're getting the guy that gave us the Evil Dead trilogy. You're getting the guy that gave us Spider-Man. You're getting the guy that gave us Darkman. But then you see what this man's capable of doing, and then you give him a character like Doctor Strange, and he goes berserk with it.
Berserker.
And I loved everything about it. He went in.
Hey, you got another good?
Yeah, man, they let him push that PG-13 rating to the edge.
Facts.
I did not
Push
expect
it to the
that
limit.
from a Marvel movie, man. This was the perfect combination of a superhero film and a horror film.
Yeah.
He pushes PG-13 all the time. I'm with you.
Ooh.
It's not
All
going
the
back.
time.
From now on, when any Marvel movie, whenever you got a character that's supposed to be in the horror, you got to do that now. I don't want to hear no excuses about Blade no more.
Bruh, you know it's crazy because the good for me is the actor, the actresses. Elizabeth Olsen and
Yes.
both the Benedicts brought it,
Yeah.
bruh. I love the Elizabeth Olsen's. She amped it up in this, man.
Yeah.
And I kind of wanted to not look at her because if you look into those beautiful eyes of hers, you might get lost. I got lost a couple times.
It happened.
I was in another universe.
Makes
like
sense.
it happened. I'm sitting there looking at her like, oh, yes. What do you want me to do? Still this? I'll take this. Okay, whatever. Elizabeth Olsen brought it this time around, and I never seen her do this before in the MCU. So that lets me know that writing and that directing is on another level. And then Benedict Cumberbatch, God, damn, he brought it.
Yeah.
He brought it. I'm
Does
like,
he always bring it though?
bro, but not like this. Like, very little words, but so much. You felt them, you understood them.
Sam Raimi.
It hits.
It's the Raimi vision.
He was able to really put that together. Benedict Wong. I said his last name right?
Correct.
Benedict Wong. The perfect, I don't even want to call him a sidekick, the perfect partner.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the word.
Those two work so well together. The respect level of those two as actors and characters, it works. You never feel one thinks they're better than the other. You never feel that even though Doctor Strange is on this is Doctor Strange, but Wong understands him, and he understands him, and it's like the perfect matchup. Even the other characters, I don't want to spoil nothing, but just the other characters in this movie really works, man. Dope.
I will say that if you have like teenagers or kids coming into this is a good segue for them to come into something that's new as far as like Doctor Strange. But if you look at it as like a genre piece, this is a great way for someone that's new to horror.
Yeah.
Because like it's fun terror. It's not too overly like where it's disturbing and they can't handle it.
Goosebumps on 10,000.
It's fun, but it's got some spooky like visuals and imagery. Like they go there, but they dial it back and it's still where it's fun and like you can absorb it. You know what I mean? So it's good for like a younger audience and then the person that's getting into action horror. Raimi knows how to make it adventurous. You know what I mean? So where everybody can enjoy it. That Spielberg effect. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this movie does a lot of that because I agree with what you said. It was PG-13, but there were times where it felt borderline R.
Soft R, easy soft R.
I asked you during the movie when we were watching, I'm like, is this still a Marvel movie? I said that like twice, I remember.
Man.
I was like, yeah, so I think it's a good experience effect for newcomers to come in, not just for those that don't know Doctor Strange, but like who want to get into genre movies.
Yeah.
And this is a good segue for someone who's being introduced to Raimi for the first time, I think.
Sure.
Because you're getting the full experience.
Great introduction.
Of everything that he's done.
Well said, bro.
Yeah.
Let's get into the bad. Say, what you got?
Okay, man, for me, right off the bad is some of these power gauges were a little inconsistent. Just small gripes if you read the comics like I do. And I wanted to see more of certain characters. Without spoiling them.
That's our Sable. Alright. I'll talk about a bad. One of my bads of the movie, I will say certain parts do slow down. The roller coaster does stop at certain parts. But it's not cringing, it's just like, damn, speed it back up again because I'm ready. Like, you got me. I'm hooked. I'm ready. It's like, it has to deal with certain characters. And without spoiling it just slows down to a level and it's like, hurry up. Moving on. Come on. Let's get it. Because we already know the plot of the story right in the beginning of the movie. We understand the characters in the beginning. So the slowdown just felt kind of like, You know what I mean? That's a bad for me.
I will say the story does have some script issues. I think the second act is kind of where its strengths were because it got amped up and then we start going cosmic and we start getting to the supernatural witchcraft and that's, I thought we should have explored that a little bit more. I think they were so busy trying to use the fan service to give us that Avengers effect again and then lost track of the stuff that we were there to see. Because it does at certain points feel like two different kind of movies. Like I said, and it's a positive though, but it's a negative when you look at it in reverse effect. I was here for more of the Sam Raimi stuff. And we got that, and then they try to go MCU with the fan service, and then, you know, because it's like their trope, they have to throw that in there, I get it, because it's all one continuous universe. But I was mostly here for the Sam Raimi stuff, because that was the fresh, new, innovative stuff that we were looking for.
Yeah.
And that's what amped the stuff up, the Sam Raimi stuff, and this is why I pushed it and said this is a Sam Raimi film first. I wish that stayed that way all the way through.
Okay.
Yeah.
If I could ride that a little bit, this movie does have like two. This movie does have two beginnings. You feel me? The movie starts, and it starts again.
Yeah.
Like
That's that slowdown.
That was dope.
Right. It was.
That was dope, but just from a narrative perspective, like, nah, don't do that.
Yeah. You got any bad, or was that it?
That's literally it, man. This was a great film.
I will say, a bad for me is just time itself. That checkoff list is there, and Sam Raimi did a great job of giving you something hot without really paying attention to it, but that checkoff list is there, and I hate the fact that we have to deal with that in these new movies now. I think that we can do a good film without a checkoff list and make everybody happy. The checkoff list is thick nowadays. Every time you have a scenario where you're going, you're like, oh wait, there's that checkoff list, and you see it, and it's right in your face, and it gets annoying sometimes. But you understand it now, I guess, because we're in 2022, you get it. But damn, like it didn't really need it because that checkoff list is why we had the slowdowns.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was like, slow it down, checkoff list.
Don't forget to add this. This needs to happen, and this.
Yeah, so that's it, and I think that goes intertwined with what you guys said. It was like, it's the how they take pieces off the script a little bit to take you somewhere that you don't need to be, but then you want to go back and it's like, just check it off. Okay, we gotta do this, we gotta do that, so that.
You can literally see the studio notes. Because everything that you know with Sam Raimi is so smooth. But you could, like, if it was driving a car, it hits a speed bump every time. You could tell the studio was like, and it has to have this in it too. You could tell. It just doesn't feel organic, but everything else does. That wasn't
green light effect.
Yeah, I don't believe he did.
Red, green light effect. There you go.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
You gotta know the note, you know? Alright, you got another bad?
Nitpick, I guess I should say. I wish they did a little bit more with America Chavez. Nitpick.
Okay.
Yeah. She was cool though for the most part, but
surprisingly.
Let's go in and give this movie a grade. Saber, what do you give this movie?
Man, right off the bat, even with the few things that I'll get into greater detail later, 4 out of 5. 4 out of 5. Yeah.
4 out of 5?
4 out of 5. I'll stay.
Okay. I love Sam Raimi's take on Doctor Strange. I knew he had it in him. Coming into this type of world, he's used to this. You know, spells and books is his thing. So ain't nothing to me. I'm like, okay, give me that. Like you said, they gave him the keys. They had the tool. He had the toy box, sandbox, whatever. He was ready to do his thing. The writing was great. Danny Elfman came in, hitting clutch. The music, the score was dope. Love every bit of it. I have to also give it a 4 out of 5 stars.
I think the movie's very well directed visually. The style, the shots, the editing, the experience, the mixing of genres, the throwback to the monster movies, giving us a superhero with the fantasy horror. Like, it's very well done. 4 out of 5, man.
Y'all heard it here first. 4 out of 5 stars, man.
All the way around.
I recommend everybody go see Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I believe this movie's for everyone. If you can't take the scary stuff, you can still watch this movie.
Yeah. Cause
it's Goosebumps times 5. Like, if you watch Goosebumps, you're good. If you watch Stranger Things, this is nothing.
It was some good jump scares, so I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
And the sound design was pretty dope too. The close-in shots with the zoom in, like it was all there.
It was there.
Yeah.
It was there. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and push that subscribe button. Thumbs up this video, and don't forget to share Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Also, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. I would love to know what you guys gave this movie in the comments down below. Feel free, have fun down there. Let's talk about it without spoiling it in this video. There will be a spoiler review for you guys to go in there and go ham.
Sable rocks.
J3.
Run the Shogun.
Woo!
Ninja Assassin.
100,000 subscribers.